Hi guys, welcome to the Everyday Patch. I'm Jess if you don't already know me, and this is my small space where I try and grow as much as I can. I've been doing it for a couple of years now, but rather than keep posting on my normal Facebook feed, I've decided to move over and make a YouTube channel so that I can track my progress and so that you can all enjoy the journey with me. So me and Ember are just about to go out and check the front garden. Come with us. So here I have got a cherry and a plum dwarf tree. I got them last year, so we're hoping for a bit of fruit off them. They're just finishing flowering, so hopefully we'll get some fruit off them this year. And then we've got flowers and some strawberries tucked in between. The daffodils are just finishing off as well, so we'll wait for those leaves to die off, and then we'll cut them back and hope for some flowers again next year with the bulbs. I will be popping some seeded flowers in there as well to take over them leaves once they've died back. So now that you've seen the front garden, I just want to show you my seedlings that I've got going at the minute. I've got these at the front window because it gets a little bit more sun at the front in the afternoon. So there's a lot going on here. The plan always is do a little bit extra, and then the extras I don't need we can pass on to friends and family. So we've got some chilli and some sweet peppers, tomatoes, cucumbers and some squashes there, but we won't have space for all of those, so we will be passing some of those on to friends and family. We've got some herbs in this one, it's taking its sweet time. A couple of flowers, watermelon there, which always asks us to do melon, although we haven't really got the room and it's not really hot enough or sunny enough in the garden, but we always do it just as a try, because gardening's one of those things, if you don't give it a go you'll never know. So I'm just about to enter the back garden, and what I'm going to do as I walk through is just turn the camera around so that you can see the space that I am working with. So I've not tidied up because this is my garden. This is the mess that I live in. Kids' toys, chairs and gardening stuff everywhere. So as I come out of my back door, I obviously have my maid in for my clothes and stuff. This is my little bit of a pot and bench, which is a little bit crazy at the minute. I just purchased these from Morrison's, £7 it was. So we'll be setting that up in an upcoming video. This little box is just all my soil, so basically what I do is tip everything into there and then repot from that. I've potted some seeds in here, some flowers, nasturtiums, marigolds, that sort of thing. I just need to get the hangers up for those. I'm actually going to move this because every time I have a hanger on it I just hit my head, so it's going to get moved onto the other side of this wall. We also picked up a couple of other plants from the market today. So we've got a couple of tomato plants to give us that bit of a head start, because as you can see in my garden in the afternoon it is quite shady, so it is difficult to get those heat loving plants going. We've also picked up another rhubarb plant. I have got one which I'll show you in a minute, but you can never have too many, I don't think. And we picked up a lavender plant that's already going. I have planted some seeds for this, but like I say, sometimes for the sake of £3, it's nice to just have something to get you going. We also have our young fruit plants here. So I've got a strawberry, I've got a blackcurrant, and I've got a blackberry one. The plan is with that is for them to go in the alleyway, which I will show you shortly. Again, some more little seeds. These are long white squashes, which I probably won't have space for, so they'll be going to a friend again. And plenty of other things here. We've got some baby lettuce, some broccolis, some marigolds again at the back, cauliflowers and some extra tomatoes, which like I say will probably go into friends. Got some flowers going on in here, so there's all different types. Nigella, we've got some labella and lots of other things that I can't remember. So as you can see, this is my main gardening zone. my many bins that we just work with what we've got. This is last year's kale, so that's flowering now. And my empty buckets. This is empty, ready to go again. Got a little blueberry plant here, and I've got another in the alley. Some little lamb's lettuce planted with that there. We've got some borage going here, and some more lamb's lettuce just in there, which that'll get planted out into bigger containers soon. We've also got, this is our raspberry plant. This has been going a few years now, and as you can see, it's throwing up shoots either side, so the plan will be to move this into a bigger container again this year. And we've got my rhubarb plant that I've had for about 2 years or so now, but just adding that extra rhubarb plant in will help with that harvest. And as you can see, I've got a couple of shoots coming up from my potatoes. So this year I decided to do them in compost bags, just so that I can roll this up as needed, and we can start as low as possible. So I've got 2 bags going there. These are about 4 weeks old, and I planted this last week, so it gives me a good couple of weeks in between each bag. I've also got my arch here, so I've attached this bit of plastic to it that I had spare, and in here we've planted some beans along the edge, and we've got nasturtiums and marigolds as well in there, so that'll get trellised all up here, and we'll add some more to it. This I built last week, a bit of a tripod going on, just using the pot there to help keep it in place, and some string ready for the peas to grow on it. Now I'm umming and ahhing about this, whether to move this and add that next to the beans here and have them both climbing it together, because I'm not sure whether my cucumbers would be happy down there. It might not be warm enough. I'm hoping to get a planter of some sort to be able to attach on this side, so I can grow something along the top of that side as well there. And into my mini crop plot. I bought this year, and to be honest, it's the best thing I've ever purchased. It goes right down to the bottom and covers it all, so that, and with the zip I'm able to get right into it. So as you can see here, I've got some garlics planted. Now they were quite late planting, so they're not doing as well as they could be, but in my garden we always say plant it, see what happens, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it works, fantastic, we know what to do again for next year. So I've got my first little cabbage in there, and I've got a couple of iceberg lettuces here. Now what I will do is I will leave one to grow, and the other I will pick from continuously to get a bit of a harvest going. This is a garlic as well, and this one here. We've also got some spring onions as well, which again, I was a bit slow with my onions and leeks this year. There's some onions at the back there, and the very back, that is my carrots sprouting up. So there's quite a lot there, and they're very much grouped together, but once they start getting the leaves like this one here, what I will do is I will pick it out and find a spot where it can be quite happy, and split them up that way, so I'm not losing anything, because with my carrots they will go well with other things in my pots, so I can just pull them out, pop it in there, and I'm not losing anything. And then as they grow, I will pull them continuously in order to be able to get little baby carrots and things, because the guinea pigs will eat anything, so it doesn't matter to them if it's a tiny carrot. These are radishes, so I just sprinkle them in, throw a few in, and when they get a bit overcrowded, I will just pick a few out and relocate them somewhere else, and we multi-grow them, so I'll just pull them as I need them. Like I say, the guinea pigs will eat the smaller ones and stuff to make room, and then obviously to get bigger the more room they've got. This is an old one that was planted in the winter. Some seeds started popping up really early, and so I don't know how that's going to go. We've got some lamb's lettuce that we did early on, which is starting to really bolt up. that was a really early rocket, and that's why not rocket, lamb's lettuce, and that's why we've got the extras there ready to replace it. Another iceberg lettuce there, and I have planted some marigolds and a couple of nasturtiums along here just to help to cover up some of this mud. We'll trail the nasturtiums along. These are my celery. Now these are actually from last year, so they will likely only produce very thin stems now and then flower. But again, the guinea pigs will eat all that. They're not bothered how thick the stem is. So what I've done is I have planted some fresh seedlings in between these, and once they start to pop up, I will thin these to give a bit more sun for them. Yeah, and so that's my crop plot. And then my composter, this turns. It's got two separate sides, so this one is nearly done. It needs a couple more weeks. And this side I've just emptied recently. I got about a bag of compost out of it. So I relayered that with a fresh batch basically. And last but not least, some beans that started popping up in my crop plot. So I'll trail them along the top of this, in and out, and then this is empty at the minute. Last year I put my peas here last year, but I'm thinking I might put what was I going to say? One of my squashes or something there, or even my cucumber, so I can trail it up there. But we'll see. There's not much of a plan this year. Normally I get my book out and I plan everything where everything's going. This year I've been a bit more like, that can go there. But yeah, so that is my little patch of love. I grow as much as I can. What I'll do is I'll show you the alley, and then yep, and then we can wrap it up. So this is my new blueberry plant. It's looking a little bit sorry for itself, to be honest. But it was a save from a shop. It was reduced, so I was like, I'll take it home, see what happens. For the price of £2. I think this bit's a bit dead, but this bit we might be able to work with that. We'll see what we can do. This is just a decorative bush, very, very nice. We've actually got a couple of guinea pigs in there that sadly passed away, so I popped them in there because, well, what are you going to do with a guinea pig like that? So popped it in there, and when it flowers, you know what, it always really, really blooms, and I always think it's a nice little present from them. Also got some lamb's lettuce in here, so that was just through the winter to keep us going really. So they're not really looking so happy, but they've only got a couple more weeks and I'll be pulling them out. And then we've got some sweet peas coming along, so they're going to trail up here. And then up my other arch I've also got a couple of morning glories dotted about in the plant pot, so they will go along the trellises and stuff. I can never remember what this is. It was bought for me by somebody, and it always grows lovely, but I can't remember what it's called. So if anybody knows, drop me a comment and let me know. And finally for me rose plant, so that's this obviously, in case you're not aware. Oh, let's fix that and get it. So that's right up here. This was a save as well, so it's looking a bit disheartened, but there's a couple of buds on there. So that again, as we come out, we just sort of keep an eye on it and get it to go up the trellis there. Yeah. And then we've got some of the same bulbs in this plant along here. That's in the front, but because it's blocked by this bench, it's not getting a lot of sun. So the plan is to redo the alley and sort it out a little bit. Whether I'm going to get rid of the bench, I don't know, but I want to put my raspberries and my blackberries in the alley and put the blackberries against the fence. But yeah, that's a job for another day, isn't it? Okay, right, I'm going to leave it there, and then my next video will be sorting out the strawberry pot and replanting those tomatoes that I got today.